Hello and welcome to an Everquest guide for EQLogParser, mostly the triggers, right? So I've already made a guide on EQLogParser. There's been an update to it and it is fantastic. So first let's go in here. So to get EQLogParser, you need to go to github.com/Kaufman12 EQLogParser. Right here, EQLogParser. I'll put a link in the description. Download the EQLogParser 2.157.msi. Install that. Make sure you have overlap the taskbar turned off, and you should be good to go. And we're going to talk about how this works. So you can see a screenshot right here of the overlays that it provides. It's kind of a Gina Lite replacement now versus just a damage parser. So let's kind of get into this. All credit to, I think his name is Kizant Kaufman 12 for creating this fantastic tool. So let's get in here. So if I can get my mouse, I've created several custom ones. Let me bring that over. Oh my gosh. Stop. Jesus. Stupid window. All right, I've created several different triggers specific for the Paladin. To get to this window here, when you open it up, you go to Tool, or is it at Views, Triggers, Trigger Manager, right here. So it'll pop up this tab. So this is the normal DPS tab. If we go over here to Combat Dummy and just turn on Attack, you can see the DPS meter right here and stuff like that. So that shows up, but the triggers allows you to create these log triggers that will trigger certain events, right? So I have one for protective consecration. Jeez. Whenever it says you begin casting, it's probably not the best trigger, but it works for me. And then the protective words fade is the end for it, right? So we got this little thing. Let's turn off attack because this is a target of target spell. See how I have this little timer up here that counts down from 2 minutes, which is the duration, give or take, on the spell. It's a pretty interesting little thing, right? I have it for all the Paladin subclass. So if we just go through and buff up real quick, turn off key maps so my boxes don't go crazy. See, as each one gets triggered, they all go up here in my little countdown bar. There's a little bit of a delay because of that, but it's a countdown timer. And so all you have to do when you first start this, right, you'll have no triggers, you'll have no overlays, and oh my god, I can't move it. There we go. You go here, you get a new trigger, right? We'll call this one. So if you click on it, hit F2, and then click on it again, hit F2. Sometimes it gets wonky like this, but it's still in development here. All right, so let's call this Restless Ice. We're going to create a whole new one, right? So in the TOV and COV expansions, mobs trigger Restless Ice on you. And the trigger for that, let's just say Restless Ice. This is a little bit too broad, but it's fine for now. So I'm gonna make this a text overlay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get overlay real quick, a new one, text overlay. Yes, we want to save changes. Let's call this rename alerts, right? And let's see here. Where do I want to put this? Preview overlay. So right over here is where it's going to show up on my window. That works for now. We'll deal with that later, right? So that's fine. I'm okay with that. So let's go back over here to Restless Ice. Let's enable that. And let's assign it to right here. Assign the text to the alerts thing right there, right? All right, so something we wanted to say something when we get this, so we'll say Restless Ice, all right? Let's change the voice to Zira.
Microsoft Zira Desktop.
There we go. And the text to display. Restless. Nice, right? We're just making this simple for right now. And no timer on this. Right now, I'm just going to leave it blank. I think it's like you get a minute, but I usually let it go. So I can cure it with one shot on the second iteration of it. Alright, save that. Okay, so we have our little box over here. I'm going to position it. Where can I put this? Let's just put it right here for right now. Save position. Close that. Alright, so I'm going to go over to one of my other boxes. I'm going to say Restless Ice.
Restless Ice.
There we go. So the alert popped up right there. Anytime the word Restless Ice shows up in the logs, it will...
Restless Ice.
It'll alert, right? That's not a good example of a trigger, right? The pattern should be a little bit more specific. And we can get really specific with that, right? So let's think of something that we can do. Here we go. This one right here. So this is a shaman spell, right? So we go to spells. Let me turn off his attack real quick so I can get a clean log, right? So I cast this on my paladin all the time. I don't know what is going on, but my client has become extremely laggy. Just logging in. All right, we're going to cast this real quick. You begin casting. So Holdridge's armor pulses with a dull aura. All right, so that's the key phrase we want. So let's create a new trigger. And oh my god, it's doing it again. Let's call this Shaman Proc Slow, right? This is the proc slow that shamans can cast. Really? Rename. I don't know. We're gonna make this one a timer though, right? So let's go paladin timers here. Just because I don't have another relay thing set up. So armor pulses with a dull glow. So armor pulses. Just to spell it right? With a dull aura. It's the right one, so that'll there. And we could even just go like this, so it'll get that anybody, right? We're gonna enable a countdown timer. Now, what is the duration on that? Jeez, how many minutes is that? 10 minutes and 10 seconds. All right, so we go here. Duration. Here, 10 minutes and... oh my god, 10 minutes. 10 seconds. There we go. And... if it's get a replay, we want to restart the counter. So restart the timer if we get it again. Right, and pattern when we lose it. So where is Holdridge? Right here. So when he loses that, spells the dull aura fades. So right here. All right, wait, we should change this to your, just to make sure, because I was using the one from the other one. And then the pattern when it leads, the dull aura fades. There we go. Pretty good right there. Let's save that. All right. Now, if I go over to the shaman, actually, I don't need to go to the shaman. I can. Where's my log parser? Make sure that there's an issue with IS Boxer where it doesn't show all the windows all the time, but there we go. It's just it's more or less a display thing. There we go. Got that showing now. Let's get, come on. Cast it on me, please. You did cast it on me. Right there, did I not enable it? Oh, yeah, I did not enable it. So you gotta go right here, make sure you click enable. And for some reason the name just show up because it's still a work in progress, I think, is really what it is, but should be fine. All right, let's do that again. She's casting. It should pop up here as soon as it lands on us. Theory. Your armor begins to pulse with a dull aura. I didn't, oh, wait. Your armor pulses with a dull aura. That's right. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't enabled. Because reasons, right? Yeah. Alright, so let's move this over here. Okay, you can't grab the file name, apparently. That's what the problem is there. Alright, let's get rid of that off our bar. There we go, she's casting, and Shaman proc slow. So if we wanted that to say something else, we could make it say whatever we wanted. I'll probably change it to the name of the spell at 125, just so it's, you know, it's a little bit more, makes sense to me. But this is a great feature. So I've been wanting something like this for all my buffs for a while. And I was gonna go through and do Gina to get it to work, but Gina just is not that great. I mean, it's a good piece of software, but at this point in time, it doesn't even like work on Windows 11 apparently. And it's just a little bit outdated. But this is going to probably be the replacement for Gina for a lot of folks. And so far, I'm liking it. There's other things I could set triggers for. Like I have right now just the shaman. I'm not the shaman. The paladin buffs. I'll probably do Shadow Knight and Warrior when I personify them. But right now this is working pretty good. I'll probably do it by levels too, so I can kind of share this out eventually. But the only problem I have with this whole thing right now is that, like, the window kind of disappears sometimes. Like, let me get the combat DPS one. See, like, sometimes it's up, and if I switch characters right, it's gone, and it doesn't come back. So that's a personal problem, really, more than anything. Because I do 6-box with IS Boxer now. I plan on, in my B-Sword series and all my solo series, like creating... Oh my god. I can't even drag it over the window. I do plan on creating these triggers and overlays for each of the classes I play as a solo, because it'll actually show up a little bit better on the screen. And it'll help me track like pet buffs and stuff like that. So... those will be available on the Discord for download whenever I guess you can just export, right? Yeah, export. So you can export and import. You can quick share, and I guess you can turn it on to share via URL and stuff like that. And what I'll do is I'll just put them all up on the EQ files portion of Discord when they're usable in a good state. I'll probably do it at like 125 when I get there, but definitely a very cool feature for this program here. And if you're not using EQLogParser to parse yourself, I use it a lot. I actually got rid of, I keep clicking that thing, I got rid of my bars over here. I actually just minimized them. Like, one second, my dog is in here and I didn't realize that. That was so weird. My dog was just like right there in a locked room. All right, so I got rid of my smashed and smashing things, and almost most of my characters now. A few of them still have it because I just haven't got to it. Like, I don't play Tawani as much anymore. But I'm replacing that with the actual DPS meter. It is so much more information than that, and it helps me judge like what my characters are doing a little bit more. And I think it was causing a lot of my lag. I truth be told, I think it renders the text that isn't seen for some reason. Like I almost feel like it does, because when I first log in, no lag. When when I'm playing for a while, it starts to lag. I clear it with the /clear command, and it kind of frees it up. I don't know, but there you go. I just wanted to kind of talk about this feature of EQLogParser and kind of show a little bit of how this works, and how it's how it is an actual thing now, and it is great. I think I actually submitted a ticket for him to do this. I think I did. There we go, right here. I was wondering where it was. Thoughts on adding Gina-like features? Seems like a great feature. Possibly. So, yeah, perfect. I hadn't updated in a long time, but there we go. I'll have a link to this this GitHub in the description of the video. But I thought this was something worth creating a video on and sharing. I think it'll help the community a lot with the death of Gina, pretty much. And going forward, I think it'll be a fantastic way to track these kind of timers. And it's already built into the log parser, so you don't have to run two programs tracking your logs at the same time. You just have one that does your DPS and one that does this. It's fantastic. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.